Shalom. I want to begin first and foremost giving all praises to the Heavenly Father Yahweh and His only begotten Son Yahweh Shai, whom the world ignorantly calls Jehovah and Jesus. I want to give all praises in the ancient Hebrew tongue, but before I do so, everybody needs to know that the real name of the Father is Yahweh, not Jehovah, is Yahweh, meaning He exists, and the real name of the Son is Yahweh Shai, meaning He delivers. I want to give all praises in the ancient Hebrew tongue while facing the east towards Jerusalem. Call halal, Allah, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwatash, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahushai, the water, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwatash. Double honors to the apostles, to the elders of Yasharala, Greatmillstone. Shalom to the 144,000. Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel, who are the descendants of the slaves identified as the so-called African Americans, so-called Hispanics, so-called Native Americans. My name is Makala, and today I want to talk about these false Christian teachers on YouTube. All right, because they don't have the truth. All right, they do not have the truth. Amos 3 verse 7. Indeed, Adonai Yahweh never does anything until he reveals his plans to his servants, the prophets. All right, so the Lord, man, every time he's about to do something, yeah, he calls his prophet, be like, look, I'm about to do this and that and this. All right. So the prophets can give notice to the rest of the nation. All right, so when these things come to pass, all right, those prophecies come to pass, the nation is not caught off guard. All right, they couldn't say they weren't warned. All right, and one of those things that the Lord reveals His name, man. All right, so I'm making this video in response to these comments I got on this video I made on my Spanish channel. Because I always make the videos in Spanish and English, but the Spanish version of the video I made on the 20th about the new moon, the sightings, the Sabbaths, and the feast days. All right, this dude left this message on this video. All right, and he came in the spirit of he knows better. He knows better. He got the real doctrine. What I'm teaching is not true. All right, that he knows better. He knows. I'm gonna drop a link to a channel where I'm gonna put you on game on a real doctrine. All right, he came in that spirit. All right, so I checked it out. All right, I checked it out, and the first thing I went to
Continuando
look for is,
entonces,
does this man have the real name of the Father and the Son? All right, I looked through his channel. And I found this video right here. This right here, and I left this message. Felipe Canepa is a false teacher because he uses the false names of Jesus Christ and Jehovah, and he doesn't even know the real name of the Father. That's what it means in Spanish right there. And I found this video that proves my point.
es
Let's see if I can put some English subtitles on this thing. All right, he spells out the name in the Aramaic.
Yod, Hei, Bao, Hei. ¿Qué significa esto? Es el nombre de Jehová, el nombre de Yahweh, el nombre de Yahuwah. No sé cómo se pronuncia, pero ese es el nombre de Dios. ¿Cómo se pronuncia? No lo sé.
So he tells you right off the bat. All right, he said, all right, this is the written name of the Father in the Aramaic. And he says, I don't know if it's pronounced Yahweh, Yahuwah, Jehovah. He says, how do you pronounce it? I don't know. He straight up says it. So the Lord ain't reveal that secret to him, man. All right, this is yo. Whenever you get presented with like somebody comes to you, be like, yo, you gotta check out this teacher right here. They got the truth. Let me put you on to this channel right here. They know what they talking about. The first thing you gotta see, look, do they have the name of the Father and the Son? If they don't have that, that's a strike one. All right, that's a strike one, man. Right away. Proverbs 30 verse 4. Who but Yahweh goes up to heaven and comes back down? Who holds the wind in his fists? Who wraps up the oceans in his cloak? Who has created the whole wide world? What is his name and his son's name? Tell me if you know. He doesn't know. All right, and I got another comment on the same video. All right, dude telling me to watch these videos about the restoration of the Hebrew calendar and all that. So he pointed to the name of the channel, and then I checked it out. I said, all right, so let me see this man. He got 1 million subscribers. All right, he hit that magical 1 million subscriber number, and I was just looking up to see if he got the name, and right off the bat, I see that right there. All right, okay. The Lord is not dealing with him, man. The Lord is not dealing with him. Okay, the Lord is not dealing with these people, man. Acts 4 verse 12. There is no salvation in no one else. There is salvation in no one else. Yahweh has given no other name under heaven by which we must be saved. All right. We can only be saved through Yahweh Shai. All right. He sent Yahweh Shai to be the mediator between man and himself. All right. Israelite man and himself. He didn't send anybody else to be mediated. Nobody else with no other name. All right. So it's Yahweh Shai's name, which is the only name that can deliver. All right. And if you see his name, like all these channels, all these Christian YouTube Bible teachers, all right, they're always going off in something, man. They're always going off, and if they go off, the first thing you said they're going off is in a name, automatically you disqualified. I don't want to hear nothing else you got to say, man. All right, Hebrews 13 verse 8. Yahweh Shai Mashiach is the same yesterday, today, and forever. So if he's the same yesterday, today, and forever, then his name is also the same yesterday, today, and forever. So what's Yahweh Shai? All right, Jesus Christ. This is just something that the Lord put in the scriptures to hide His Son's real name for only that the worthy can find out what is His real name. All right. If you still call Him Jesus Christ, you're not worthy, man. All right. You did not find out His real name. All right. Now it could be that you're part of the elect, but you just haven't found His name yet, and you're calling Him Jesus Christ right now. Only means that you're not worthy yet. Right, Salakia. That means if you're calling him, if you're part of the elect and you're calling him Jesus Christ, that just means that you're not worthy at this point in time. All right, you're not worthy yet. You haven't repented yet. You haven't come into the fold yet. All right. Another thing, they're not going out on the highways and byways. All right. This dude is not going out on the highways and byways. He's teaching from the comfort of inside a building, inside a house or wherever he is. All right. And I saw this dude's channel. Now he got some videos where where he's out in public. All right. But they are very, very, very few. All right. He's supposed to be going out constantly on the highways and hedges. All right. He got some videos when they're in the streets, but you're supposed to be going out constantly on the highways and hedges, man. Or not just one video here and there. And no video's only 26 minutes long, man. Tell me he only went out there to teach for half an hour and he bounced. All right. And what did the Lord say in Luke 14:23? And the Lord said unto the servant, go out into the highways and hedges and compel them to come in, that my house may be filled. All right. So the Lord said, go out where where the where you see a lot of foot traffic. All right. Where you see people walking around the city. Because how are you gonna go, preach where there ain't barely any people walking? So he said, look, go out to the highways and the hedges, all right, and preach, prophesy, exhort, so that the house can be filled with the elect, all right, the potential members of the elect that are out there in public. All right. If you're not doing it like that, all right, you're not presenting your body as an acceptable sacrifice, man. All right, that's Romans 12, verse 1. I was going to find another version, all right, but I think this one's all right. NLT is all right. And so, dear brothers and sisters, only the brothers, all right, only the brothers. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yahweh, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto Yahweh, which is your reasonable service. All right. Are you going out there constantly? All right. To prophesy, to warn these people? That's a sacrifice you're doing with your body, man. All right. You're exposing yourself out there to danger, exposing yourself out there to the elements. Anything could happen. Anything could pop off at any moment, man. But this dude ain't doing that, man. He's in the comfort of his little office, little church office, whatever he got. Okay, and he got his head covered, man. Let me get that. First Corinthians. It's another strike he got against him. All right, First Corinthians 11, verse 4. Every man prophesying or praying, having his head covered, dishonoreth his head. All right, and who's the head of the man? All right, Yahweh Shai. So he's dishonoring Yahweh Shai, man. All right, every single video, man. Dude out here with his head covered. Okay. All right. All right. Now I'll give it to this guy. He's not. He doesn't have his head covered, and he at least got. He don't have a full beard, but I think yeah, just recently he ain't got the beard right there. All right, the Lord told us to do. We gotta grow. We gotta have our beards out, man. All right, man gotta have his beard. All right. So they're not sacrificing correctly, man. All right, they're not coming correct. All right. Malachi 1 verse 14. But cursed be the deceiver which hath in his flock a male, and voweth, and sacrificeth unto Yahweh a corrupt thing. For I am a great king, saith Yahweh to Zabawat, and my name is dreadful among the heathen. All right, he's sacrificing these dudes, man. They're sacrificing a corrupt thing. They're not sacrificing correctly. Because if you're not, there's only two sacrifices you do. All right, like a Cain and Abel. All right, Abel had the correct sacrifice. All right, which was a meat offering, and Abel came with fruits. Salakia. Abel came with the meat offering. Cain came with the fruits. So he didn't sacrifice correctly, man. All right. Any sacrifice that is not correct is an unacceptable sacrifice. Okay. And what does it say right there? All right. Cursed. They're cursed. They're not sacrificing correctly, man. They're cursing. This dude ain't he look like Amalek. All right. He got the little thing right there. And another thing you got to look at is this person coming in the spirit of prophecy. Let me get that. Revelation 19 verse 10. And I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, See thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahweh Shai. Worship Yahweh. For the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. Hey man, these dudes are not in the spirit of prophecy. All right. He got too few videos talking about prophecy. All right. Only one I saw so far was all right. Uh, tribulation. I looked up if he knew what the mark of the beast was. Yeah, I looked up both of these channels. They're going off, man. All right, and I checked out. He has this link here to his page that shows his church's basically the website for his church. And look what I found. All right, flat Earth. All right, dude is bugged out, man. Dude is bugged out. All right, these people come on the comment boards to like, yeah, I'm gonna put you on to somebody that do know what they talking about, and they link you to some bugged out teacher, man. Right, that does not have the truth of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. All right, this dude, he's a little bit more in the spirit of prophecy because he's talking about here Revelation, Isaiah, Apocalypse. That's what they call the book of Revelation in Spanish. All right, they got a different name in Spanish for some reason. All right, he talks a little bit more about prophecy, but going off. All right, I looked up his videos on the Mark of the Beast. He's going off. I looked up his videos on the Mark of the Beast. He's going off as well. All right, none of them say it's the microchip. All right. If you don't say it's the microchip, you're going off, man. You're going off. All right. And that's when look at how many subscribers they got. This dude got almost 100,000 subscribers. This dude got 1 million subscribers, man. I look at his most popular videos, man. Dude got almost 1 million views. This dude got 4.7 million views on his video, man. All right. Not even the apostles who got like the most subscribers out of all the brothers in the truth. Not even the apostles got videos with that many views, man. All right. Which just goes to show you, man, that these people, they're really not in the spirit of wanting to find out the truth. Isaiah 30 verse 9. This is a rebellious people, lying children, children that will not hear the law of Yahweh, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits. Get you out of the way, turn aside out of the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. Wherefore thus saith the Holy One, wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise his word, and trust in oppression and perverseness, and stay thereon, therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant. All right, so they're gonna die a violent, sudden death. All right, they're gonna die a death that they're not expecting. All right, peace and safety, then sudden destruction. All right, they tell us here, stop seeing visions. They tell the prophets, don't tell us what is right. Tell us nice things. Tell us lies. Forget all this gloom. Get off your narrow path. Stop telling us about your Holy One of Israel. All right, because you despise what I tell you and trust instead in oppression and lies. All right, they prefer to they prefer to hear lies from men like this. All right, they prefer to hear lies, man. All right, and these Christian churches, these Christian pastors, calamity will come upon you suddenly like a bulging wall that bursts and falls. In an instant, it will collapse and come crashing down. All right. So the Lord is going to destroy them. All right. The Lord is going to destroy these people, man. I'm going to end it with this. Matthew 7, verse 13. You cannot enter Yahweh's kingdom only through the narrow. You can enter Yahweh's kingdom only through the narrow gate. The highway to hell is broad, and its gate is wide for the many who chose that way. But the gateway to life is very narrow, and the road is difficult, and only a few ever find it. Are you think from all these subscribers they got, you think that they found the correct doctrine with these men here? All right. I do teach them some bugged out doctrines, man. They don't have the name, they're not in the spirit of prophecy, man. These are false teachers, man. The blind leading the blind. And they're both gonna fall into a ditch. If the Lord is not dealing with you, man, you're gonna be deceived by men like this. All right, so I'm gonna leave it there. I hope the video was edifying. Shalom.